Hello out there, welcome to Johnny D's TV. Today we have Boston's own Rowan brothers, Chris and Lorin. And welcome back to Boston, guys.
Great to be
Good
here.
to see you in town. Let's get back to your roots for a little bit. You guys went into a lot of styles tonight. You even did a Bob Marley tune, and rockabilly, folk, bluegrass, rock and roll. You know, you do it all. You guys go in all the genres. What was your inspiration as a child to get into those different genres of music?
Chuck Berry, Little Richard, Everly Brothers, Bob Dylan, Rolling Stones, Beatles.
The Beatles, then we started getting the bluegrass stuff coming through the Hillbilly Ranch through our brother Peter, and we started playing Country Gentlemen, and all of a sudden you realize bluegrass has got the chop on the even beat, but reggae turns it around, and you realize that somewhere between Jamaica and America, it got turned around. It just accented a little different, but it's really, you can take a bluegrass song and make it reggae. You can take a reggae song and make it bluegrass.
Yeah.
Really cool stuff. We love drawing from all the different genres. It's Appalachian, it's Irish, it's Scottish. It's cool.
And singing wise, you know, love those harmonies. Who's ever gotten them or who has them?
The Louvin brothers, the Delmore brothers, the early stuff, and then you hear the Everlys, and then you get the Beatles doing their thing, and we're like, wow, the English feeding it back to us. It's incredible. You know, they do all that early stuff of the Motown kind of influence stuff that they did. And it's just powerful to see how you can, if you love the music you're doing, you can turn it into something new.
Yeah,
it's fresh.
Speaking of new, what about today's music? Do you have anything you're listening to nowadays, or are you just sticking to the old stuff? Do you have anything in the radios today, if there's anything?
Yeah, I like Jack Johnson. I like a lot of the guitar playing kind of guys. John Mayer.
I was just going to say
I
John.
like Eric Clapton's new band with J.J. Cale.
That's cool.
Okay, yeah.
I heard that in Hawaii a few weeks ago, and I said, man, who was that band? And it's just a regrouping of Clapton and J.J. Cale. It sounds like a band you'd hear here with high test performance of playing.
I like the girl singers too that are out there. I like anybody that's just trying new stuff out there. Yeah, they got something to say lyrically or something. It's
Whether they can get on the radio or not, there's still a lot out there.
And you know, Boston radio, actually in particular, plays some great stuff that you don't get at every city. I mean, we live in San Francisco, we're hearing stuff here, and Boston has got something connected to the older time of the roots of, like, they got the folk stations, WMBR, they got WDB, they got this great stuff you just don't hear all the time in regular cities. You know, everything's so programmed, so it's great.
Yeah, I've noticed that since I moved here 6 months ago. I definitely noticed.
Where?
New Hampshire.
Oh, that's cool. We love Lake Winnipesaukee.
Yeah, that's where my dad lives.
All right.
But also, back in the day, you guys were from Boston, and you opened a few shows around town. Then you moved out to San Francisco, and you actually opened a few shows for the Grateful Dead.
They're amazing. I'll see you in a month.
You're going to Ireland with the lassie over there.
That's right.
I want to know what that was. I mean, you opened for the Grateful Dead. I mean, for me,
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
David Grisman was a producer after he played with Peter, our brother Peter, in Earth Opera, and he was starting to produce records. He was looking for artists. And Chris and I were both young guys just on our own thing, separately, and all of a sudden we both had auditioned for David's potential company or whatever he was going to do.
Okay.
And he came back and said, "You guys ever thought about playing together?" And we were like, "Well, yeah, we've been playing since we were kids on and off." But we were like, you know, we're 5 years apart, so we were like, we're doing it. But then it was like, well, that's an opportunity, and there it was. And all of a sudden, we started working together, and things started speeding up rapidly. And David was our producer. He said, we either go to England or we go to the West Coast. And then he went to play on Working Man's Dead with Garcia and the Dead. And when he came back, he said, "No, I think we should go to the West Coast. I've got some friends there."
That's where the good pot is. Oh, is that all right?
Speaking of the West, Fillmore West was one of the show you guys, the closing show. I think
Yes.
you guys played at.
Well, that's what led up
71.
to it. So we yeah.
have you heard the new development of Live Nation taking the Fillmore name and expanding it to Philadelphia, Irving Plaza, New York City, and taking the name and expanding it to different venues? But I was curious what your thought. They're kind of taking Fillmore and branding the name.
Well, anytime somebody does that, I mean, it's beyond us. Our thing is just, playing the
We'll
music.
be glad to play there.
Yeah, we'd be glad if somebody asked us to play. We'd be happy to do it. And see you in Ireland.
And that's my next question is the Ireland tour. I noticed you guys are doing a 9-day. You say on your website it says Night Adventure Music Tour of Ireland.
Yes.
What is the inspiration behind this tour?
Well, we've been playing a lot of the folk alliances. It's kind of like South by Southwest, but it's another one of those kind of congregating places for musicians of all kinds, songwriters, dancers, whatever. And we've been keeping that going. It's an underbelly of the music business that really helps all of us that are playing music, not so commercially endorsed, so to speak. So it's a great avenue. You networking. So we met a fellow there that was there, and he
Tom Piggott.
Tom Piggott,
the real
and
Irishman.
He's doing a tour, and he's doing it with a friend of ours, John Smith. We have to say thank you to John Smith. One word, John
Going
Smith.
back to the homeland, we're gonna dig up our roots.
I
and
saw
bring
John.
them
I
back
said,
to
he goes,
Boston.
I've been doing a tour with John Smith. I said, are you from Ireland? He goes, yeah, I do a tour with John Smith. We just started doing it. They made up this thing. Let's do a tour with fans. And so I said, well, we want to do one. He goes, well, I'd love to have you. So this is one thing led to another. So we got booked for this coming up May. We think it's going to be a good time for the weather too. But it's a 9-day tour. It's a 22-seat van that we're all riding. There's like 15 of us.
All right.
And we're going to castles. We're going to poetry readings of authentic Irish artists performing and reading poetry, it's wild. It's just
We're gonna drink a lot of Guinness.
We're gonna drink Guinness, and we're gonna go to islands, castles. We're gonna take a boat over. We're getting an incredible tour of the West Coast of Ireland. If anybody wants to go, you can still sign up. We have 4 more seats. So it's pretty cool.
Well, I think I have to stay here.
RowanBrothers.com.
I'm sure they want me to stay here at Johnny D's and keep working here, but I would love to go. That would be great.
Next time. Do it again.
I think they've started a good thing, this friend of ours.
Yeah.
And, he's doing it quite a lot. He's bringing a lot of American songwriters over and to bring their fans. So it's all about you invite your fans, do an email list. Hey, here's a trip. You want to do it?
Very cool. And that's you can probably find out more about it on your website.
Yep.
Probably. Yeah.
Yep.
So it's the RowanBrothers.com.
Yeah.
And thanks a lot for coming out tonight, guys.
Great to be
It was a
here.
good set. Thank
We
you
love
so
the
much.
club here too. Great. Johnny G's is great.
All right.
Appreciate it.
We'll see you again. Thank you.